Hello again, my lovelies. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Make a Webtoon. So, it's the end of February. Barely uploaded again in time. Whew. And what have I been up to this month, you may ask? Well, as you can see here, I've actually started working on the first episode of my webtoon. I took off all the dialogue so no one could see any spoilers, but the rest is there. I had a hard time figuring out what I wanted to start off with between script writing, sketching the first draft, and outlining the entirety of the series, or not series, but I guess the first short story. Ultimately, I decided to just write a summary of the entire short story and then sketch out the first draft of the episode. Screenwriting is something I try to do, but when I was doing it, it wasn't as fun as I thought it'd be, and it was getting really long and pretty boring. I'm not gonna post the Google Doc because that would be another spoiler, so yeah, but just trust me when I say I did write that down. One thing I regret in this whole process and what I could have improved on is that I think I should have planned ahead on what events I wanted to happen in each chapter or episode, because that would have given me a good overview of like the amount of episodes I would have finished and like what would be happening in every episode. Something I'll probably do before I start on the next chapter. This doesn't include the panels, of course. For this chapter, I actually capped myself at 40 panels because it was gonna be a lot longer than 40 panels. I intended it to reach a certain event, but as I was drawing it, I realized that, man, that's gonna be a lot of panels. I ain't gonna draw that. So 40 panels is what the Webtoon Discover contest asked for a minimum, and that's what I'm gonna do. So you'll probably see some variety within how many panels I finish, but I didn't want to make the first episode too long since this was kind of like my test run. So after sketching it out, I line art it and then I'm gonna color it. I don't know if I'm gonna individually finish a frame first after I line art it, so like do all the coloring, shading, and lighting and have like one whole polished rendered frame, or if I'm just gonna do in line arting everything, base shading everything, base coloring, base shading everything, and then lining everything, and then rendering everything. I guess whatever I think's more fun. I don't know. What order do you guys like to draw in? I promise my tentative date for this first episode is going to be May. I don't know, beginning of May, middle of May, I'm not sure. But I promise to publish the first episode by May the latest. Not really sure if I'll be able to finish in the span of these next few weeks because of school or whatever. And I'm working way slower than I thought I would, so the release date might be pushed back. I don't know. I'm gonna try to do it though. I'm gonna try to upload it by May. If I'm sad about one thing, it's taking a lot longer than I thought to make just like one chapter at the quality that I want to make it at. To be fair, I'm pretty slow at drawing, and I tend to be kind of a perfectionist, which doesn't really matter, but yeah. So to give you like a little rough estimate of like the time it's taking me to do everything, for this, in the time span of 4 hours, I finished half the line art, a little less than half of the sketch of the comic.
Going by that rate, it'll take me around 10 hours to finish both the sketch and line art, assuming nothing slows me down. For colors, I would probably allot around 15 hours or more for the base and shading, and then I'll have to calculate another for the lighting and text and
etc. Blah 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 blah. That's a rough estimate. We'll see when we get there. Overall, it's definitely gonna take me a couple of days of consistent working to finish a chapter. So I'm gonna say that the release schedule is probably gonna be like bi-weekly. I do not think I have the ability to finish weekly episodes at this current rate. So how am I feeling so far? Well, overall, I'm still really excited about this. I haven't burnt out yet, and I actually stream a lot of my work process on Twitch because it helps me stay on track. Because once I'm on Twitch, man, it's something about like the idea that people are watching you work that makes you more productive. It's like people are telling you get on your shit. You can't lie to your viewers. If you put in your title, working on my webtoon, you can't be watching shows, okay? So yeah. And then once you get into the zone, the work goes by really fast because you get into a flow state and then you forget time exists. It's crazy. It's just crazy, man. I'm pretty proud of the amount of work I put in so far. I'm just a little anxious about how much time I'll get to work on it. Lately, I've been really wanting to draw all day, but I can't because school started. Hopefully, I get faster by the end of this month so I can provide more content. And hopefully, in the next 3 months, I actually get fast enough to do bi-weekly scheduling. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Until next time, my lovelies. Goodbye.